You could be so many people if you make that break for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud?
This is Mike Cavnaugh with GayLifeNYC.org, and I am here with Marty Thomas, our Broadway Hottie of the Month for March. How you doing, Marty?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. And you know what's great about Marty is Marty was so wonderful and was one of the performers at our launch party way back in November. So thank you so much for doing that. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We love having you here, and you've got such a great career already, and you're such a young guy, very hot guy, too. You started in Wicked, I believe. Is it your first Broadway show?
My first Broadway show was actually The Secret Garden in 1992. I was a child actor.
Wow. Oh, wow. How old were you then?
I was 11.
Wow. So how long have you been performing, Marty?
How many years?
Okay. Yeah, we don't do age here. We don't do that at all.
But I loved the last Broadway show I did was Xanadu on Broadway, and it was, if you're not familiar with the show, it was based on a muse sent from heaven to inspire a man to open a 1980s roller disco. So it was a heavy-hitting drama, and that's a joke. It wasn't a drama at all. But I had the shiniest costume I think anybody on Broadway has ever been given, and I roller skated 8 times a week.
Yeah, I heard. What's your favorite color?
Glitter.
Yeah, that's when I knew I was gay. I could skate circles around those straight guys, and I played hockey. I played hockey, and I kicked their asses, even though I was a small little kid. And I was like, double flip around, score. You know, that's good. See, I think it's a gay thing. But anyway, so how was that working on with Cheyenne Jackson?
He's the consummate professional. Just such an amazing actor, such an amazing talent, and then just a really nice guy.
Yeah, he seems to be, and we're after him for Broadway Hottie, by the way. If you're seeing this, Cheyenne, we're after you. So tell me about Wicked. What was that like? That was the hottest show on Broadway, and you were in it?
I was. Just very, very, it was an awesome time in my life. Just opened, and I got called in for an immediate replacement, got the gig, and was on the Tonys a few weeks later. It was such a real whirlwind, but got to do so many amazing things, got to perform on so many shows, and got to see so many things and meet so many great people and work with so many great people, and do a show that beautiful 8 times a week. It was really just a moment. It was really a moment.
And you were Mr. Broadway in 2008. Tell me about that.
Well, I'm a title holder, you see. It was a great experience. I really had to be talked into competing. Each year they ask several guys to compete representing different Broadway shows, and you compete in talent and interview and evening wear and swimwear, which was what I needed to be talked into. But it was just a great experience. It's for an awesome cause, the Ali Fournier Center. And are you familiar with the Ali Fournier Center?
Yes.
They're just great organizations.
And you also do so much with Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Like, what's next for you with them?
With Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, I'll probably be involved with the Easter Bonnet this year. I always help as much as I can with the Gypsy of the Year competition in December and in the spring. And last year was Broadway Backwards, and just benefit after benefit after benefit. I just like to be involved as much as I can.
Well, we love that you take so much time to do that, and it's wonderful. And I think I'm going to show great pictures of you from Broadway Bears, actually.
Oh, Broadway Bears. I think that's on the horizon as well.
Yes, I hope you're going to be there, because look how cute he is. So tell us what's up for you next. You're recording, or you have recordings out.
I do. I have an album out. You can hear it on my website, martythomas.com. And then I'm working on my next album, and I'm working on an album with my band. I've put together a country band called The Country Band.
Awesome. I love it. Simple yet poignant. Simple and poignant. That's great. We're going to keep you posted on that, by the way. You just got back from Germany. You're traveling again. What's with all this traveling? Where were you?
Well, you know, when you're able to travel with being an entertainer, you take those opportunities. I got this awesome gig with the Harlem Gospel Singers, this legendary gospel group, and I was chosen to travel with 8 phenomenal singers singing gospel music throughout Europe. And we went to Germany, to France, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, Italy, Belgium, just amazing places, amazing cities, and got to sing in these giant theaters, this beautiful gospel music. Just such an opportunity.
Wow, isn't it great to travel?
I do love to travel. Yeah.
And were you like token in the gospel choir?
I was the token. I was their first Caucasian member in their 20 some odd year existence.
That's great. Pray he not be too white. That's awesome. So Marty, you've worked with all these different celebrities and stars. Like, who was the biggest person that really influenced you, and who was the person that you loved meeting the most?
Wow, that's a good question. I have been very fortunate that I've gotten to work with some amazing names. My favorite experience with a celebrity was Whoopi Goldberg. I got to do Xanadu with Whoopi. And she's one of those celebrities that you just want to be as nice in person as she seems on TV, and as genuine, and she just was. She was everything you'd want her to be, and she was as kind and as generous and as professional as you would hope somebody at her stature would be.
We love Whoopi, and that's great to hear.
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome
love
to hear. And what's your big indulgence? What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? Oh, God, this is going to get gay. Mani-pedis.
I love it. I've never had one. I'm going to have to try one.
Way.
No, I've never had one. Will you tell me where to go? Okay.
Yes,
we're going for a mani. What is it called? A mani-pedi?
Mani-pedi.
Okay, favorite Bravo show?
Bravo show. Oh, Kathy.
Yep, that'll work. That'll work. Yes, we love Kathy Griffin. That's our girl. You know, I drink boxed wine all the time, just like her mother. So I totally relate.
Wait a minute. Is that real bitch from the Sheer Genius show? Is her show on?
Oh
Broadway?
yeah, of course. Tabitha.
I love her.
Yes. Hi.
She's horrible and so much fun to watch. I love her.
I know. I'm sure she would have a field day with my hair. Come on, let's work. So Marty, as you know, GayLifeNYC.org is an organization that helps newly diagnosed and people living with HIV. Problem is that people are still not getting tested, and I'm finding that really, really frustrating. Do you have a message out there, or what do you think about people getting tested and how important it is?
I think we're kind of in a very unfortunate time that we're in a generation that many of my peers think that we're not at risk any longer. And so many of my peers aren't getting tested. They aren't using protection. They just feel like they're invincible. And, you know, that's where the danger lies. I think that my generation needs to man up and needs to take responsibility and need to wear protection, need to get tested regularly, and need to be educated. I last year lost two very close friends of mine, one that was my age and one that was in his 60s, both to HIV-related illness. And one was knew he had HIV for years, and the other was in his 60s and had never been tested. And it was just traumatic and tragic, and happened so suddenly, and it's just devastating to everybody around him. I wish that I wish that my generation would take a little more responsibility and just be a little better educated.
This is so important, by the way. People don't understand people are still dying, and this is still an epidemic. This is not over. Just because we're taking drugs does not mean that we're not going to pass away. So please be tested. Please be safe. Thank you again, Marty.
Thank you very much. Hi, this is Marty Thomas. I have attained my lifelong goal of being named Broadway's Hottie of the Month. Mr. March, if you will, I will. I would like to invite you to visit www.gaylifenyc.org. Please get tested. Please be safe. Please wear protection. And have a great day.